quickly about if your baby can't latch. So it can be really, really frightening if you're in the hospital and you want to breastfeed and you think, oh, I'm just going to pop my baby on, and then, oh, you can't seem to get a good latch and it's painful, baby's crying and they're hungry. First thing to say is don't panic, okay? It is going to be okay. So there are there's a long time baby can go, first of all, initially, without worrying too much about how effectively they're feeding. Yes, you want to get milk in there, but don't worry, you are not going to let anything happen to your baby. And if you speak immediately, if you can, to a local La Leche League group or an IBCLC, then you can get some help straight away. So my first piece of advice would be, if things don't start going the way you want them to go, get help straight away. Because the quicker we sort a problem out, the happier you'll be and you can get on your way with your breastfeeding journey. So an international board certified lactation consultant is who would be the gold standard to contact. And they are experts in everything breastfeeding and they will be able to help you. But what can you do immediately? Well, the first thing we need to do is ensure we protect that supply, that milk supply that we don't want to lose, and we want to be there for our breastfeeding journey. So the first thing we need to do is make sure if baby can't empty the breast, that we can empty the breast. And you can either hand express, and there are some great pieces of information on La Leche League's website and Kelly Mum about how to hand express. And it's something that potentially would be good if you're watching this and you're pregnant to practice doing at home. We haven't all sat there doing this before, and so it can be really helpful to make sure we feel more comfortable to practice hand expression. So hand express is one. You don't have to have a fancy pump, but most hospitals will have a hospital grade good pump. And so the first thing you need to do is protect that supply. Go and pump, and you need to pump how often? Well, the same amount of times that you would expect your baby to nurse. So you're going to be looking at pumping 8 to 12 times in a 24-hour period. So every 2 hours would be super. How long should you pump for? Well, again, like breastfeeding, frequency is way more important than length of time. But if you wanted to do 10, 15 minutes of pumping, that will get you a good start. Okay, so once you've pumped, or hand expressed, you can feed your baby via a syringe in the hospital, putting the milk in the syringe, bloop, into their mouth. You can cup feed them, sit them up, hold them under the little chin, give them a bit of support, and you can give them a little cup. You hold it just up to their lip, and then they'll lap it up like a little pussycat. Lots of videos on YouTube about cup feeding a newborn baby, cup feeding a slightly older baby. Please look on YouTube. What else have I written down on my notes there? An SNS, a supplementary nursing system. This is where you put breast milk into like a cup, like a pot that you hang on a necklace around your neck. And from that pot comes a very thin tube, which you would then sellotape to your breast where your nipple is. And then you latch the baby with the tube in their mouth. So they're at the breast, they're learning milk comes from the breast, they're practicing breastfeeding, but at the same time, they're getting milk from the SNS pot on your neck. You can spoon feed them too. Okay, so from day one when your baby's born, their stomach is the size of a marble. You only need to do like 5 mils at a time, okay? That is plenty. They don't need to be having big bottles of 60 mils of milk or anything like that at that age. So 5 mils, tiny little bit, and you can keep going like that, and you get your help in straight away, and you get practicing on the breast. Babies learn to breastfeed at the breast. So get help, get on there. In the meantime, protect your supply, and you'll be feeding in no time.